Alright guys, so I'm going to attempt to move pretty quickly here because there's a lot of gear on the table. The first thing we're going to talk about is Eberle stock. Now this is a half-track Eberle stock. They do still make these, not in this camel pattern. I got it on sale because of the camel pattern. In the mountains, this is probably not the best camel pattern, but again, I got it on sale, and again, I'm just going from the cabin to the woods, dropping my pack, doing what I need to do. This is a 2150 cubic inch bag. This is basically a military backpack, but I use it for hunting because in a cold environment, you're gonna have to pack more cold weather clothes in here. All right, it does have, I'm not gonna give you a full description, but it does have a lot of nice features in here. If you wanted to, this has this little shelf in here. You could separate your gear. It has internal pockets with MOLLE, and it also has a lot of elastic, which is nice, strapping inside the bag. Also MOLLE on the outside of the bag. You can put a water bladder in there. It also has on top pass-throughs, so if you needed to put a radio in there or another water bladder, you can also do that. Really nice, stout drag handle. This has some rubber inside of it, so it will hold a lot of weight. On the side of the pack, you'll see these pouches. These are typically for water bladders as well. It also comes with a hydration lanyard, so if you wanted to clip it, you can. It has one solid pocket. It has a pocket on the outside, and it also has a pass-through pocket, so you can put your rifle in, and you have them on both sides. On the top, it has a zipper, and you could just put your quick items like food or lights or navigational equipment. And this is the best feature of the pack, is the back. On the back of the pack, you have all this beautiful, comfortable padding. This is like having a pillow on your back. It does have the channel so your back doesn't sweat. Really nice lumbar support. Even the waist straps are padded. The shoulder straps are padded and they're thin, which is nice. D-rings, sternum strap, all that stuff. This is the Cadillac of packs, in my opinion. Again, you don't have to get it in this color pattern, but they're about 300 and change. So they are not cheap. It also comes with a rain fly. You could zip this out. Rain fly is already inside, and you can cover the pack. So, in my opinion, probably one of the best packs I ever owned. And again, it works great for me. It might not work great for you, but I'll put a link in the description box down below if you're interested in the half track. All right, jumping right in, guys, we're going to talk about the firearms. Now, all these guns have been unloaded. This is my Savage Model 110-308 in Winchester caliber. Has a 5-shot or 4-shot magazine. Detachable magazine, in my opinion, is probably the better way to go because it's easy just to unload. Again, the gun is unloaded. Vortex scope, 3x9x40 crossfire. Really simple design. It is an all-weather version. The all-weather has that stainless steel coating, so again, I don't have to worry about the weather. It is impervious to the weather, and it has a polymer stock. All right, so that's really nice, lightweight option, especially for hunting, especially in a wet and cold environment. The ammunition that I use is the Fusion. All right, I'm a big fan of Fusion. This is the 308 Winchester 165 grain Winchester. All right, big fan of this. I shot animals up to 300 yards. It works very well. It puts the animal down, and 308 is more than sufficient. There is bear up here. There is coyotes. There's also deer, obviously. That's what I'm going for, but I've never had to take a follow-up shot, even with a 308. Works fantastic. If I'm out trail clearing, if I don't want to carry the rifle, I always carry my .44 Magnum. This is a Ruger Red Hawk. It is clear, safe, and empty. It's a Ruger Red Hawk with an 8-inch bull barrel. This thing will take hard cast bullets. It is a monster. 6 shots. Excellent weapon. You can get scopes for it. I don't even bother with that. Again, this is just pure protection, and again, I did shoot a bear with this. All right, so you can use firearms up here, even handguns, to go hunting. The only restriction is it has to be 6 or less. So that's your call. I have it in, I believe this is Western Images Leatherworks. All right, it is a chest holster. All right, so it works very, very well. It also has the extra bullet capacity. This is a little bit extra. I think this is from Diamond D Customs for extra 6 rounds if you need it. And it just sits across the chest or across the belly, something like the Alaska guides would use. It works fantastic. I don't have, it's a little bit heavy, but again, if you're going to run around the woods up here and there are animals that can eat you, you probably want to carry something more than a 9mm, in my opinion. All right, this is the ammunition that I use. I also switch off to the Fusion 44 Rem Mag 240 grain hollow soft points. All right, it works very, very well. Never had a problem with it. Again, it even says on the cover deer and black bear. All right, so make sure you get that. Communication. Let's talk about communication. If you want to use your Baofeng, please go ahead and do that. Again, the only people I am communicating with are the people at the cabin or fellow hunters. Just have some way to communicate. Again, I use my cell phone, but cell phone service does not work very well up here. You're kind of on your own. Hospital help is an hour away, guys. It's an hour away. This is mostly to communicate with the cabin. Hey, listen, I got a deer or whatever it is, or come help me, I fell off my 4-wheeler. All right, so again, that kind of thing you absolutely need. When it comes to cutting tools, I'm going to augment this out because if you haven't already, please subscribe to 3riverblades.com. Not only do I make my blades, but I also take other people's blades and bring them into the woods, and I test and do a test and review. Now, this is an oldie but a goodie. All right, this is my Ontario 18-inch. It is an orange handle for a reason. Now, trees fall down all the time, trail clearing, shelter building. I don't carry this in the woods all the time, but when I'm out there checking trail cams, this will be in my pack. I also have a hard plastic case. This is made by Rathco. You can still get it, and this is, I think, from Wiseman, a torpedo sharpener. It does have a sharpener on it, but it doesn't work very well, and this has cleared many trails, and it works very well for me. As far as knives go, I have the old backup Mora, all right, which is the Mora stainless. I think this is the Light My Fire version, which does have the little fire steel in there, all right, so I think that's kind of neat to have. This is my backup knife. I have dropped knives in the woods, and this always sits in my pack in case I need it, or if I need to give it to somebody, I don't mind losing a $20, $25 knife. The knife that I use most often is my own, all right, this is the Last Ditch knife. This Last Ditch knife, I do have one more on the website if you're interested. It is a 5160 carbon steel knife, and this one is in flat grind and gun blued. I also make the Kydex sheets for it. Is basically for gunning game, that kind of thing, and I've used it many a times. That's why it's oiled and lubed. Talking about cutting into game, I have a E-swing. This is ideally just for game animals. All right, a lot of times game animals have sternums and stuff like that, or hip bones that you got to break. It's a little bit difficult to do it with a knife, so I just swing the axe, and it works very, very well. Now, I can use it for survival if I need to. It's a very lightweight axe. It's all one-piece construction, and it does come with a case, which I like very much. But if I need to clear some trails or build some shelter, I'm definitely switching to the Gainesford Brook axe. This thing is awesome. This is the small forest axe. I've used it many a times. It's still super sharp, made in Sweden. You can't say anything more about a good axe. You need a good axe here out in the mountains. And if I am going out in the mountains to clear trails, I'm definitely taking this. As far as saws go, I go with Silky. This is the Silky Gone Boy. This will always be in my pack. It has very sharp, large teeth. I believe this is the 240 version, made in Japan. All right, these are excellent blades. You can get a smaller one if you like, but clearing limbs or trails, or even using it on game, and it's super lightweight. If I need to clear bigger trails, I go with the big boy. All right, this is the Silky Big Boy. And at times I have augmented and took this out and left that back. All right, so ideally, excellent saws. I think you should have them. All right, moving on with tools. Always have a Leatherman or some type of multi-tool. This is my Leatherman Sidekick. It works great. It's also my EDC. I have another one here that I'll show you in a second. As far as navigation goes, I always have a Suunto compass with a whistle on it. Now, I do have a GPS, which I did not bring, but again, GPS, again, up here, I kind of know where I'm going. I know the lay of the land. I know where my tree stand is. It's also marked on a map, so I don't have to worry about it. I do have a map, I just don't have it here. I have it laying on the side because we're kind of mapping things out. But again, have a map of the area, have a compass. I do have a Suunto watch. This watch does have GPS on it. This is the Traverse. All right, the Suunto Traverse watch that my lovely wife gave for my 50th birthday, and it was awesome. And it has all my trails. This is specifically made for hunters. It has the locations. It has moon phases. It has everything in here in this little tiny watch. These watches are not cheap, so thank you very much, wife, for that. Medical. Let's talk a little bit about medical. All right, please have a medical kit. This has everything in it from boo-boo ouch stuff to actually tourniquets and things that I need. I just put it in this waterproof pouch. It is a 7x10. It is lightweight and it slips really nicely inside that pocket. Again, I'm solo hunting, so I don't have a lot of time. I need to have something really quick, pull it out, and get medical help. Let's talk a little bit about game. I have baby wipes in here and rubber gloves. The reason is that once you get an animal, you have to gut it to get all the guts out and make sure that you can pull it back to where you're going to either skin it or cape it. And it's a bloody mess. It literally is a bloody mess. So what I do is I always make sure I have enough cleaning supplies and rubber gloves. Also carry extra because somebody's definitely going to need to help you pull this deer out of the woods. Hearing protection is a no-brainer. All right, I like these Howard lights because I could fit them around my neck. This is a new set. I put them around my neck, and then when I need them, I just pick them up because I'm going to take that shot. Excellent and super simple. All right, you won't forget them if they're around your neck. Speaking about game, this is my scent kit. All right, this is just a Spec Ops brand 6x9. I have in there all my specialty scents. So Peak Estrus. I also have these little hanging thingies. Doe Estrus. I also have wicks in there. All right, so these wicks, these kind of things, depending on your area, depending on your zone, will allow you to use scents to attract deer. Now, up here right now is not the Peak Estrus time, so it is not the rut yet. Once the rut comes into play, I have successfully used this kit and gotten 2 bucks off the mountain with just this kit. Also in there, I do have a little windicator, so if you're worried about your scent, I would highly recommend getting one of those. Also, I have this is the Extinguisher Deer Call. I'm not a big fan. I don't know if this works or not. I have not successfully used it, but it's there if I need it, and I'm gonna keep trying. Food and water, all right? Always have some snacks. Again, this is just regular snacks. The only thing I don't like about these is that it makes a lot of noise. So I'll keep that in the pack as an emergency, but really what I'm doing is I'm just taking a paper towel, which is very, very quiet, a sandwich, wrapping the paper towel, and just throwing it in my pocket. Have some type of water. There is a bunch of streams up here. The water is outstanding. You can drink it straight from the stream. Have a way to purify it, and we'll get into that as well. Some type of clean canteen. If you want to use a metal water bottle, you can. But I would advise you in a cold environment to get double walled, all right, unless you're going to heat this up. I don't think making fires, heating this up in the woods is a good idea because you are there for game. You're there for hunting. This will freeze, all right? This will freeze. So what I typically do is I'll take a water bottle and I'll put it on the inside of my jacket, like another jacket. I'll have layers, and that my body temperature will keep this a little bit warm. All right, this is mostly for survival. If I need to heat it up, at least I have a metal container. All right. Orange tape. Orange tape is not only good for tape, but it's also good for flagging. You can carry flagging if you want, but this is dual purpose. You get these like a whole roll of them for like 10 bucks on Amazon. Really cheap. Fire starter or chapped lip stuff, okay? So your lips will be chapped at some point, especially in a cold environment. Make sure you have that. This is what's left of my spool tool. So 550 cordage. I need to get some more cordage. If you watched on my video, you will see that I used almost all of this to tie down my shelter. I don't have enough. I have to refill it before I go out. Illumination, guys, illumination. So I have a bunch of chem sticks here. What I like about the chem sticks is very simple. If I get game or I need to find a trail, I could mark my trail, so I always carry a couple chem sticks. You are mostly going to be hunting during the early morning hours or the late night hours. Most of the time, if you do get something, it's going to be late night, and you want to be able to mark where you shot your kill and then go back and retrieve it. A lot of times it's a lot easier to see it at night if you mark your trail, so again, have some chem lights. As far as lights go, I always have this in my pack. This is just a cheapy Energizer headband. It works very well. I've used it many times on the trail. Have one of these. You can buy them like 2 for like $10, $20. This is a little bit more expensive. This is the Pre-Run 2. This is an angled flashlight and it has 2 modes. It has low and it has super high or turbo. All right. It also has blinking for distress. All right, and it's super bright. This can get me up to 2,500 lumens. What I like about this is that it has a clip, so I could clip it onto my pocket as I'm walking as an angled flashlight, and it is rechargeable. I also have the 5R EOS, all right, also from Olight. Very small, lightweight flashlight, but what I really like about it is if I have a hat on and I don't want to wear my headband, I could just clip it on. All right, that works really well, especially if you're rooting around in the dark. And again, this is also rechargeable. So really nice, lightweight, nice to have. All right, as far as ropes go, let's talk a little bit about ropes. Everybody knows what this is if you're a hunter, okay? If you work or you are working an area in a tree stand, a lot of times it's very difficult to carry a backpack into a tree stand because you're 25 feet up off the ground. So what I'll do is I'll take my rifle, walk all the way up, take this carabiner, clip it onto my pack, and then pull my pack up. All right, really simple, easy, and it works. This is a large, maybe about 6 or 7 feet of rope. This is climbing rope. I got this from my Marine Corps career. This is what you would make a Swiss seat. It is climbing rated. What this is for is if I got a deer or a bear or something that is larger than me that I can't get out of a ditch or a gully, tying it up and pulling it out with a rope is a lot easier than trying to do it by your hands. All right, you could also make like a pull sled, that kind of thing. So I always carry a large 6 or 7 feet of climbing rope. As far as seats go, sky's the limit. There are so many different seats. This is just a simple thermarest that I clip on the back of my pack. You can use a chair. A lot of times you guys watch me, I have a chair up there, and what that does is it allows a little bit of comfort. Now it is cold out there, the ground is frozen, so I don't recommend just sitting on the ground. If you're a young guy, you probably don't have a problem with it, but us older guys need a little bit of comfort. And again, this works very well in a tree stand because the tree stand is mostly made of metal and is not comfortable. But you put this on the tree stand and you are good to go. All right, I always carry a little bit of extra plastic bags. Now I have a drum liner in there, some smaller bags, and a 1-gallon bag. Again, many reasons to waterproof your kit. Also in a survival situation, you want some plastic, a little bit of cover. You could also put parts in there. Again, if you like the liver or the heart and you have a game animal that you want to keep it, you can put it in a plastic bag and it's easy to carry out. All right, this is my little possibles bag. I don't always carry this. This is a Klein's orange bag, but I do have it with me at all times. Again, I'm going to carry some extra batteries, some more chem lights, another multi-tool, some pens, paper. I also have a little bit of duct tape. All right, so duct tape is kind of important. Always have a little bit of duct tape. Some zip ties, again, for repairs. All right, zip ties are really important for repairs. Another lighter. And I also have these hooks. These are called tree hooks. These tree hooks are very cheap. You can find them anywhere on Amazon, Walmart, Wally World, that kind of thing. And what that does is if I need to hang my gear, if I'm in a tree, I just put this in a tree, and then again, you can take it out and a tree will heal up for you. So you decide if you want to do that. I know there's a lot of tree huggers out there, so I don't want to piss anybody off, but again, it works really well. Fire starting. Let's talk a little bit about emergencies. So out here in the cold, in the wet, you're gonna need tinder. I can't stress that enough. It is a mountainous area. It's super cold. I have some trioxane, I have a fire steel, I have a lighter, and I also have my Exotech, I believe this is Exotech waterproof container. All right, and it just has a regular Bic lighter in there, but it works very, very well. All right, so have a way to make fire just in case, because again, hunters do get turned around in the woods, and it gets super scary, and the easiest way for people to find you is to make a fire. If I have my fire, I could start making things to cook, to eat, and all that other stuff. So this this is my emergency survival kit. Now, in this kit, I just made it myself, is a metal pot. So again, if I didn't have my metal container, I could use this as well. It is a small metal pot. It does, I think this is Toaks. Yeah, this is Toaks. Oops. This is Toaks Titanium 750 mil. All right, it does come with a bail, and it also has, it also comes with a handle and a lid. So inside here, I have some simple small things like a little tiny flashlight, a whistle. All right, I have an orange bandana. Okay, I also have in here a small compass, signal mirror. This is a small bouillon and banana bag, so oral solution, salts, that kind of thing, a little bit of coffee, maybe a little bit of pick-me-up. Small fishing kit, although there's not a lot of lakes here, I'm gonna have to travel. A candle wrapped in tin foil, and another small fire kit with Go Fire, a lighter, and a striker, and I also have a CRKT Eaton tool. Again, that gets wrapped in this mesh bag that also came with it, so thank you, Toaks. This always is in my bag, no matter what. It's very lightweight, and it's a very small survival kit, so last-ditch effort. All right, a couple clothing items that I always have in there is my rain kit. All right, so you won't see a poncho in here. I could put a poncho in there, but this rain kit is outstanding. Again, I'm trying to get rescued. I don't want to hang out. This is Gunther's extra large, 100% nylon PU coating. And again, I've used this to hunt a lot. All right, this is in the Kryptek camo. I think it's Highlander. I have the top and the bottom, which is a bib. This is awesome kit, guys. I can't tell you enough. This has kept me dry for a very, very long time. Again, if I get lost out there, I'm thinking about how do I get back. I'm not talking about, you know, staying out there all day. Vortex hat, this thing was a gift, and I love this hat. I don't know why, it's just comfortable. This is a brand new purchase. This is my True Spec. All right, it got filthy because as you guys were watching the video of me shelter building, it got filthy, but this thing is really nice, really comfortable. Some of the life-saving items that I have out there is warmth. So this is by Mossy Oak and Under Armour Scent Control. This is a complete coverage, and it is super, super warm. I can't tell you how many times I've been freezing my butt off. I put this on and it's good to go. This is another version of it, just the neck gaiter, and you could also pull it up around your nose and eyes. It works fantastic. These two pieces of kit right here will keep you warmer than anything. I highly recommend just throwing it in there. Some gloves. I don't wear heavy gloves. I do have them, but again, Under Armour makes these scent blockers. Here's another one. I think this is from Sitka. Sitka, for all the expense, really has terrible sewing. All right, so I don't know. I guess it's scent block. It's nice, but it just breaks. This, I don't know where I got this from, but I don't like wearing cami paint anymore. But this is just like a regular turkey mask, and for warmer weather or from when I actually need to perform and hear things, it works very well. I just throw it over my head, throw my hat back on, and it works pretty good. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it. I hope you appreciated that video. I know it's a long video, but again, I promised you a gear dump. That is a gear dump. Please like and subscribe. Most of you guys watch my videos, but you are not subscribed, so please subscribe. If there's any videos like this that you want, there's something that I missed, please let me know. I will go into clothing gear on another video. Please wish me luck out here. Hopefully things work out very well and I could bring home the bacon or at least the venison. Thank you very much, guys. As always, stay safe.